Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is November the 20th. It is Sunday. The markets are not open, but I am going to discuss a question that I see pop up pretty often, and that is pretty much pertaining to knowing when to actually stop trading, during the session. When should you call it quits? Maybe, turn your cards in, be done with them, knowing when to fold. So basically, just knowing when you should stop trading, no matter what market it is that you're actually trading, to kind of eliminate you from taking any great losses, possibly even blowing your account. So let's talk about that because it is a popular question that a lot of people tend to ask, especially new traders that maybe have small size accounts. And the way I went about it, I'm gonna jump right into it. The way I went about it when I first started trading was, first of all, I mentioned this plenty of times. I put or save a certain amount of money. I put it away. Okay, and I say this: don't ever trade with money that you don't have. Okay, meaning money that you don't have to or aren't able to risk at losing. Because trading is very risky, and there's a huge possibility that you could take losses. We all know that. Okay, most of us know that especially because some of us have probably blown accounts. It probably, lost trade upon trade upon trade, lost big money, some greater than others, but it just depends on the actual person. For me, I've always been kind of money conscious, and good with money, meaning knowing, what to do with my money in a sense. So when the interest of trading came about, it was more so for me. It was about I knew I had to put a certain amount of money away, depending on the market. Depending on the markets that I wanted to trade. And me, I'm a futures trader. So if you're first time viewer watching the channel, I'm a futures trader, guys. So the channel pretty much surrounds all traders who are interested in trading futures. It does not matter if you just trade the E-mini S&P 500. It doesn't matter if you trade the NASDAQ futures. Doesn't really matter. As long as you trade the futures market, this channel is a great channel for you. And we have a great Discord community, which I'm going to follow up and show you here in a moment towards the end of the video. But getting back to what I was saying, yes, when I first started, I knew I had to put a certain amount of money away. And I knew the markets that I kind of wanted to trade after learning about the future markets. And me, I was more so directed or focused on the indexes or indices pertaining to the future markets. I don't know. I just always, had interest in trading the indexes or indices. So, anyways, I kind of decided which markets I wanted to trade and knew based upon margin how much each market was to trade per contract. So, I just kind of came up with an idea, thought in my mind that okay, I want to have X amount of money in my savings account if I want to trade or start off trading. And, I just didn't ever think or had the idea I want to just place, because I had this rule that I want to have 10 times the amount of the margin per contract. So my thing was, okay, so if the ES, depending on your broker now, it all depends on your broker, is, say for instance, for me, it's $400 a contract. So I want to have at least $4,000 per contract. So 10 times the amount. But I just didn't want to, be able to trade one contract, even though at the beginning I started trading with one contract. I'm saying that I want to have more money in there in that account to be able to scale up when time was needed. Now, I'm not saying that you can't trade with one contract and build up from there, but I believe that you should have a certain amount over. I would never just put $400 in my account or $1,000 in the account or $2,500 in the account to trade the ES, because if you are a first time trader, I will tell you this: there are going to be losses. You're going to take losses unless you've got somebody to really show you the way, and you become an expert overnight, which is doesn't happen. It's a very slim chance that you're going to become some professional trader. Overnight. It takes time, and everybody knows that who starts off. So, trust me, a lot of people think that they have the ego trip of thinking that they can become successful overnight in trading, and you can try it, but you're going to see that you're going to lose money. So the best thing to do is to stand down and learn the proper way of how to trade and be very conscious with your money, but knowing that you need to put a certain amount of money in your account to be able to trade is what I'm trying to say. But I knew I had to have that money, guys. I knew I had to have that money in the account, save it to the side, and I knew I couldn't be so much so emotionally tied to that money in a sense, even though, when we're trading, it's all about emotions, because the emotions, that piece of it is kind of driven because we don't want to lose money. Bottom line, regardless of the fact, is at the end of the day, we all as traders do not want to lose money. It's our goal to make money and to build our accounts up. So I knew I had to separate, the money that I had to live off of versus the money that I'm putting into savings to be able to trade with, because I knew the risk at hand. There is risk of losing money. So I had to kind of separate myself from that emotional piece of the money I was saving to trade with. So the key is really knowing where to cut your losses at, because you have to put a rule in place. Some people, or it could be different for each trader. For me, when I first started off, it was more so I knew that if I took more than 2 losses, say for instance, and I was done. I was done for that day. I was done for that trading session. And you have to, every trader is going to be different. It could be a certain money limit in a sense. You reach a certain limit of losses as far as cash, and you're done for that day, whatever the case is. For me, it's 2 losses and I'm done. But the key to it for me was like being able to minimize my loss, regardless of the fact is, because some people, I see a lot of traders that actually take large drawdowns, on their account, whatever the case is. And I'm telling you guys today, don't do that. If you notice your trade is coming back against you, and you guys who watch my channel, watch the videos, I appreciate you watching the videos for one, but watch the videos, you see, even in my live recorded sessions, and through the things that I post online with the screenshots, or when I post to the private side or the exclusive side of the community through, for the elite channel members, any videos you see me trading in or posting trades on, and then you see me quickly jump out, that means the market I see that it's not favoring my direction, so I go ahead and get out as soon as possible. And I didn't learn that right at the beginning, but slowly in time, as I perfected my strategy and how I trade, I started learning, more so how the markets actually move, who's driving the markets. And that's the one thing that I like for you guys to really focus on is, as you become better at trading, really dig deep about more so what's going on behind the closed doors. Ask yourself who's driving the markets. It's not us as retail traders. I always say that time and time again. It's the big the big money that's injected to the market. And that's the banks and institutions. They're controlling and driving the force of the market. So in order for us to survive and make money, we have to trade like them and be on the same winning team as them, even though we're trying to kind of trick them in a sense, by letting them, not letting them know the secrets that we have up our sleeves, guys. So we want to be able to trade like them. But as I started to perfect the strategy, I started to also having to, because a lot of traders fail in this area here. They get into a trade, the trade may work out in their favor, and they're not quite sure where to get out at and take profit. And then they allow the trade to come back against them, and it stops them out. A lot of traders will put their stop losses, like, if they put a hard stop or a manual stop right at the back end of a supporting area, whatever the case is, wherever they put their stop at. Trust me, the market makers know most times, where traders are going to put their stops at, and they're going to test those areas because it's their goal to take your money. So understand that it's just as well. So the thing about it is that if I get into a trade based upon my setup or strategy that I'm using, and the market doesn't go in my direction, and I kind of see it, kind of teetering around, and it's not moving quick enough. You guys see me a lot of times. I'll go ahead and get the trade, and I may re-enter my trade once the market starts moving. Okay. And, as long as it doesn't break below a certain area, meaning break below an area of structure or take out an area of structure or a supporting area, which I'm looking to trade from, at a certain zone, demand or supply, whatever the case is. Because I am a supply and demand style trader. So if you're a first time viewer, I trade style trading. My style trading is supply and demand, and I use a certain strategy that I devised to put together that works for me. And it may not work for you, but, because a lot of people, they have a hard time of separation or separating themselves from something that they hold strong to. It could be something that works most of the times for them or sometimes for them, but they're still kind of unhappy about it. So they kind of, it's like once you learn something, it's hard to kind of refresh the mind and do away with it. I was there, trust me, I know what it's all about, because you go from one strategy, you're trying to learn something, and then you're thinking that it works, whatever the case is, and maybe it does work for you, but it's just not working 100% to where you're able to profit the way you really want to do consistently daily. So it's hard to transition over to learning something new. But that's why I said in so many of my videos, you have to come to the table with a clean slate if you're looking to start over. But yes, for me, it was all about two trades and I was done for the day. But the key was to minimize, as I started to learn and trade over time and become better, was to minimize my losses. And, I eventually went from taking, maybe 8, 10, 12 tick losses, whatever the case is, to where I was able just to minimize just a few ticks because I get out of the trade pretty quick. And that's the way I trade today. It's like anyone who sees me trading on, through my live recorded sessions or through any video on my channel, you'll see that I'll get out pretty quick. I do not let that market come back against me, but so much because I know how, you just have to understand what they're trying to accomplish, what they're trying to do. And sometimes they're trying to fake traders out, and then they move it in your direction. So I just go ahead and get out, safeguard my trade, safeguard my interest. But if you're, so what I'm trying to say is that even as a beginner trader or new trader, have a set rule, whether it's a cash amount or a certain amount of trades, whatever the case is. Because most times, if you've already taken 2 trade losses, but I'm not saying you can't make that up in that same session, but I would say maybe maybe you're having an off day, maybe you just need to kind of sit on the sidelines, regroup, go back and look to see what happened. Maybe you didn't follow your strategy all the way through, sticking with your strategy because you have to be consistent with the strategy over and over and over. If it works for you, stick with that strategy. To the next day, it's always a new day. So look to trade the next day. Always know when to jump out, when to stop, when to quit, okay? Because I'm sure you guys see this a lot of times. You watch this probably on videos, somebody else's videos, or whatever the case is, somebody trading live streaming, or whatever the case is. You see them taking major drawdowns, right? And you sit there scratch your head like, why are they allowing the market to come back against them so much? See, the thing about it is if you want to be able to become a better and great trader, you have to know where and when to cut your losses soon enough so you can make back up a small amount of money that you may have lost or capital that you may have lost, make it back up the next trade plus some. That's the way smart traders trade. Even position style, swing traders, whatever the case is, doesn't really matter your style of trading. It's just all about how much money are you willing to risk. Me, yes, I have a large size account, but the thing about it is that even with that, I still safeguard every penny. I try to safeguard every penny that I have in my account by minimizing, any type of loss. Again, yes, a lot of times I see trades that may work out in my favor where I've jumped out, and I don't smack myself aside the face and say, oh man, I should have stayed in that trade. Yeah, maybe so, but that market could have came back against me just as well. So that's the thing about it. Like I'm saying, is just having a rule of thumb to know when you should stop for the day and be done with trading, so that you can safeguard your account. Who wants to put money that they work so hard for into an account and then they go live one day and then they blow that account in one day? It happens. Trust me, you could probably ask anyone in the Discord or ask any trader that you know that is probably an experienced trader today, and they'll probably say, I have blown my account several times before I actually figured it out. They'll probably tell you that. Whether it was their own personal money or was it a prop firm account, whatever the case is. I never started with a prop firm, guys, so I don't know 100% about them because when I first started trading years ago, they were not the popular norm, I guess, in a sense to say, as they are today. There's so many of them out there today. So I just traded my own capital. I built my own, foundation from that, So that's just the way I did it. But anyways, so that answers a lot of people's questions as well. What do I think about prop firms and things like that? I'm not telling you to shy away from prop firms. I hear it through other traders, and I look at the reviews. There's a lot of great information. I'm sure there's a few good companies out there, prop firm companies, that maybe if you're small time and you're someone small and you're looking to, as a beginner trader, to get into trading and have an opportunity to be able to trade, maybe it could be a good interest to look at. I mean, a good way to actually get your footing into trading. So, but for me, that wasn't there so much for me that I didn't know about those prop firms years ago. We're talking about 10 plus years ago. So things have changed, they continue to change over time. But getting back to what I was saying, guys, I kind of get off cuff a little bit and off topic when it comes to certain things sometimes, because you got a lot of things going in your mind trying to talk about, so many questions that people ask all the times. But just learning to know when to cut your losses. For me, I I always stuck with the golden rule of 2 trades. But at the same time, what I'm saying that is that as minimize each trade. You know, knowing when to get out when that market comes back against you, get out of that trade. Okay, so that if you took a loss there, try to make it back up on the next trade. If the next trade doesn't work out, you take a loss. Okay, if you got 2 losses, you minimized your losses for that day. You haven't lost much in your account. You still got a good size account. You go on to trade the next day. If you allow a trade to come back against you to where you're taking a major loss, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to have much money to trade the next day or the next week or whatever the case is. And what are you going to end up doing? Having to start from scratch, having to build up another account size, putting money away in the savings, and then having to go back and put money back into that brokerage account again, going back and forth, back and forth. That's not a good feeling. Nobody wants to do that. So protect your investment, protect the capital, knowing when to get out, and is the key. Just knowing when to get out and knowing when to stop. I'll leave it like that. Okay. So, but I'm not telling any particular person or trader, your rule could be different than my rule. Your amount of where you need to stop at, or whatever the case is, could be different than my amount. Traders need to understand that asking traders and getting good information or giving advice is a great thing. But in trading, how we trade, the rules we trade by are different for everyone. So you have to understand that. That's all I'm saying, guys. Okay. So getting great advice or good advice from other people. A lot of traders come onto the Discord community and they go to the general chat and ask questions. That is a great thing, You have interest, and interests or ideas learned, sometimes, stem to a individual tapping into something as far as passion-wise that they didn't know, that they had an interest in. That's great. That's where it started for me. I never knew I was going to have the passion I have for trading when I first started. It always started from an idea to which formed into interest, and interest really turned into open the door for a passion for love of trading for me. So, and that probably happened for a lot, or happens for a lot of traders just as well. So, I love to do it. I love to continue to learn. I love to continue to educate myself. I love to continue to engage in the community that we have on Discord with other fellow traders just as well. And I just want to keep things positive in the community. We are all learning. Shoot, I'm still learning as after 10 plus years of trading. I mean, that's the beauty about becoming a better and better trader. Okay. And that's what I love about it, because, when I was working full time, it was like, the thing about it is just get burnt out doing the same thing over and over. It's like with trading, it's just something always new, Some days are better than others, but again, there's no limits, So, but anyways, I want to show you the Discord community for everyone that is interested in joining the Discord community, especially if you're a first-time viewer. And by the way, if you're a first-time viewer, please take the time to hit that subscribe button down below, that red button. Click on that. Click on the bell next to it. Make sure to turn your post notifications on so that you never miss one of the uploads on the channel. And I appreciate you guys dropping a like on the video. If you please so graciously do so, I thank you for doing so. But yeah, this is our Discord community right here. We have over 600 members on the community now. We have 2 channels that are public that traders, future traders, if you're a future trader, please, you are welcome in free of charge. The platform we're building, the foundation, centers around individuals who trade futures. So again, there's the general chat channel on the Discord server here for this community, to where you can come in, you can ask, kind of like a question and answer type form. You can ask questions, you can share information. The trading floor is for the trading session. So when the U.S. market is actually open, and for all future traders that trade futures, you can welcome in to share information. And what we do here is we share levels. We talk about zones. Like me, I trade supply and demand, so I'll throw out there my supply and demand zones or zones that I see, just as well as you can see other traders do. So we screenshot entries or trade entries and things like that. So we're sharing levels and zones of interest, and kind of give you, a lot of times I'll throw out a zone or say, hey, there's demand in this particular area. So I'm throwing out things in advance to, kind of advise traders at the same time. So if you're interested in joining the Discord community, all you have to do is find the link down in the description portion of the video, invite yourself in, and again, it's free of charge. If you're interested also in becoming one of our elite channel members here on the community, maybe asking what that is, pretty much, It's through YouTube membership program, and I set up right here. If you click on join from the homepage, or on join, you click on join from any video on any video on the channel. There's basically just 2 tiers, guys. There's the loyal channel supporter and the elite channel members tier. On each tier, you do get perks or rewards through the YouTube tier membership program. And on my channel here, if you sign up for the loyal channel supporter, you get the loyalty badges, the custom emojis, the priority reply to comments, and that's for that actual tier right there. And basically what you're doing is you're supporting the efforts as a content creator, me publicly posting information. I'm basically giving the information away for free of charge, guys. I mean, most people charge, for membership programs. When I say that, like through you join a membership to where they are, say, a Discord membership to where that you become part of, and they share information on the Discord community, or through some other website or whatever the case is. I just set up just a tier-based program here, a membership perks program, just for individuals who are interested in supporting my efforts of providing the content that I give for free of charge, or the knowledge or the information through my years of experience. I give it away, on the channel. I open up and talk about various topics, and also you can go and watch my live recorded sessions free of charge on the channel just as well. And it's helped lots of individuals. Now, if you're interested in becoming an elite channel member, it's $6.99 a month. Both tiers are basically for the price of a cup of coffee a month, and you're getting so much value in content. And it's just a way to support and give back efforts to the a channel creator or content creator. But one thing that stands out with the elite channel member tier, that most everyone who signed up for a tier has signed up for the elite channel membership tier. And the reason why is because they love the perk of receiving the exclusive member only videos. And basically what that is that's where, I go over in detail my trades. So it's like a trade breakdown. There are trade breakdown videos to where I talk about why I enter the trade, and just give you behind the closed doors thought process. You can it's kind of like sitting beside me in a sense, but even though you're virtually, in a sense, you're watching the video. I give you the full rundown of what I was thinking while I was taking the trade, or waiting for the trade to, waiting for the setup to happen, and just kind of walk you through that trade so that you grasp an understanding why I took that trade. And that helps when someone actually explains in detail their thoughts, so lots of individuals have found that very interesting and very helpful in understanding the way I trade, and they're able to incorporate in some way or another the style of how I trade, and possibly into your own trading, or even mirrored it. And if you come over to Discord, and you can ask for yourself, you'll find individuals that are actually have turned their trading around and doing a whole lot better and profitable today. So it's just my way of kind of helping individuals out, because that's my key. That was my aim, my goal, was to help people. Because I say this again, I can't take it with me. I don't have any problem sharing what I know, and I think sharing is, it's just a good way to be able to give back. And I've always wanted to give back and help people in some way or another. So, it doesn't always have to be money. People, donate or give individuals. My thing is that knowledge is just as wealthy, or in the means of sharing that information with other individuals, because so many people just hoard what they know, when it could be, there's so many people that could be could also benefit from the information that other people have to share. So to me, it's like, I'm gonna do it while I can. While I'm here, I'm gonna share this information so that the next individual, could be someone that's 20 years younger than me, that was passionate about and wants to learn to trade. Well, here it is. Take it and run with it, and share it and pass it along. So don't hold it to your chest or to your heart. Give, okay? Give what you know. So that's what I'm doing here, okay? So again, these tier membership programs are a way to basically for you to support the channel, and I appreciate everyone who's currently signed up, enrolled in one of the tier membership programs. But that's all I have to talk about today, guys. So yes. Just bottom line, create a rule of thumb for yourself so that you can protect your investment, protect your capital as a trader. All right. Take care. Have a great rest of your weekend. And yes, we got a holiday weekend coming up, or a holiday week coming up. For anyone that celebrates the holidays, And I'll be very minimal as far as like how much I do as far as trading this week, because there is not going to probably be much volume there. So anyways, I will see you guys this week here. Maybe I'll trade a few days, but I will engage with everyone in the Discord community and put out a couple videos as well this week. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.